Hello everybody. I wanted to do something a little bit different this week, since if I just put up nothing but buck naked book reviews, I'd get really bored. I don't know if you would, but I would. I wanted to do the naked how-to, where much like the buck naked book review, I would get naked while teaching you to do something. I know, I'm so informative. However, the friend who I was going to borrow my video camera from was snowed in, much like everyone else in Richmond. So, you get this, which enables me to sit in one place and therefore use my webcam. 10 comics you might not have heard of. Comic number 1, Mr. X by Dean Motter, the Hernandez brothers, Ty Templeton, and Seth. It's about a city, Somnopolis, that was built to be psychitecture. The entire city is engineered to interact with the psyches of its inhabitants, making them better, happier, more productive, more fulfilled. However, when the original architects went missing or were killed, someone else took over the city building, and now, instead of making you better, the city makes you crazy. One man appears, Mr. X, and he has confused memories, no sense of self, but he knows he had something to do with the city, and he tries to make it better. The book is really interesting, and I wish that my copy weren't so messed up. It has, like, weird, I have pages missing and some pages too many, I don't know. But it has that really cool golden age, like, drawing and coloring style, so it's really cool. Book number 2, Teenagers from Mars by Rick Spears and Rob G. Says so at the top. In this book, we learn about a guy who's just doing normal teenage reject stuff, like I suspect so many of us were. Reading comics, going to parties, working a shitty job, making out with goth girls. Oh yeah, and staging guerrilla terrorist wars on people who want to destroy comics and make them outlawed again. You know, normal stuff. I like that comic for its really cool depth of drawing style, and for the fact that it basically sticks to consequences. Like, how many times have the X-Men completely destroyed shit and killed a ton of people and then everything's okay again? Yeah. In this book, if you kill people and terrorize the town, you get in huge trouble. Black Hole by Charles Burns. A small town's teenagers are taken over by an STD that shows itself in really seriously gross mutations. Now, as Art Spiegelman showed us with Mouse, comic books can be literature. Charles Burns reminds us of this in Black Hole. There are so many layers to this story. There's the parallel between the disease and the beginning of the AIDS/HIV epidemic, the story of teenagers losing their innocence, the people who you knew in high school drifting away and disappearing as you grow up, and that really sick, bittersweet place in your mind as a teenager when you realize that you're not, as you thought last year, invulnerable. It's a really stunning piece of art. And it's done in this really cool woodcut style here that adds to the concrete and sinister aspect of the story. It reminds you once again that comics are a co-mix. Empowered by Adam Warren. A comic that started out as a porn bondage comic but has morphed into something more. Adam tells us the story of Emp, a second-stringer superheroine whose supersuit, which lends her her superpowers, is only about as strong as her self-esteem, which is terrible. The more of the suit she loses, the weaker she becomes. She finds herself captured and tied up about as much as Golden Age Wonder Woman. As I said, as time goes on, more depth is added to this story. She has a boyfriend, who is an ex-henchman, a best friend, a Caucasian ninja, and well, a sort of roommate in the form of a verbose, caged space invader trapped in a power belt.